Monday, and we're in December. It's the last month of the year.
Yay.
Kids missing the big picture homework have to stand today. If they turn it in and don't follow directions, they stand again tomorrow. If you're a kid at home and you're actually watching this, make sure you have yours turned in. Spelling bee. I've been paying attention to kids talking in the hallway, and I've heard that you're really excited about the spelling bee, and you want to have as much information as possible.
I hate spelling. I can't spell.
I don't spell spelling bee.
For those of you who may be interested, there's a meeting on Thursday. The spelling bee is the one where you actually stand up and you get to be like, fish, P-H-I-S-A, and you get to spell the
I'm
word
very
and stuff
close.
like
That's
that.
very close.
That sounds good.
I've got all the eyes in there.
Very good.
So, if you're wanting it, there's a call-out meeting on Thursday. And then again, trying to let you guys know to check your, grade is updated. It has the quiz that we're going to talk about from last week, and it has the homework that most of you turned in. So all of that should be on there. And I even updated your B points too, since some kids had some issues last week. Hi, Jaden.
Can I check it real quick?
If I real quick, you mean after class, the answer is yes.
Okay.
Literally, that's why it says now, right now.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
That's my way of trying to help kids.
No.
Wait, this is now.
I don't think he read it out.
Omar,
Wait, so like,
it's good stuff.
good stuff.
The homework, but no one in here is working on it anymore, so I don't have to cover it because they're in the hallway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So as far as quiz goes, overall average grade was a 79%. We had 12 kids get a perfect score on it. So as I went through, to give you an idea,
It's still got one of the perfect.
two, period 5 had
No.
3.
Oh, look at
Period 6 also had 3.
Boom.
Period 7
Nobody likes
though,
period six.
drop back. So it was like 2 and 3 the whole way.
I wish it was 0.
I did have some people who got 21 or lower, so if you got like in the teens and you want to redo it, you can. The reason I'm saying it is that we have 3 weeks until grades close, and like this week, I have 1 grade coming in, and it's the quiz on Friday. And Friday's quiz is going to be kind of tough because it's going to require you to think and read, which for learning is not your favorite things. So if you're wanting to try and make sure your grade has a chance, fixing things may be a way to help you. There's like 5 questions I want to cover. Like most of the questions you guys did really well on, but there was like 5 that we struggled on. And last year when I gave this quiz, I had 8 kids get a perfect score. So you guys,
He did a better job teaching.
definitely what I think, Annabelle. Thank
Not what
you.
I think.
Oh, never mind. I got all excited for a second.
This would happen, but not what I think.
So here are our struggle questions. This one said,
That's fair.
what is wrong with this metaphor? Where it says, Mr. Broviak is an angry, hairless teacher person. So first off, what is the first noun being compared?
Mr. Brovicast.
Second noun being compared?
Teacher.
Hairless.
Angry.
Person.
Person.
Oh,
So,
they're too similar.
angry is an adjective, hairless is an adjective, teacher is an adjective. All describing person. But
You are a person.
even those of you who don't like me, you still have to at least give me credit for being a human, and so you can't compare me to a human.
It's too similar.
Wait, how many of you in here don't have your goblin?
I know, right? It's weird. I don't question it either. I imagine it's like a goblin king involved or something. So
supposed to be about people.
apparently 2 different people did. Sometimes I think kids just eeny, meeny, miny, moe their way through it. Sometimes that's the one that miny moes. So this one, my sister Susan is like a silly girl when she dances to that weird TikTok song. So this is the one you either tell me simile, metaphor, or nothing.
It's neither, I think.
Well, it has like in it, but what's the first noun?
Susan.
Susan or sister. I could take either one.
What's the other noun?
And the other noun is,
Girl.
and so can you compare sister to girl?
Kind of.
Now, I did change it. Last year, I didn't put my sister. I just had Susan is like a silly girl when she dances. And I had kids complaining that they could not assume Susan's gender. I said, all right, fine. For this year, I'll put my sister. I still had kids who seemed to not be able to assume her gender. And I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do.
It's a woman.
It's a woman.
It's a she
And
right
yet,
there.
I still had kids get it wrong.
It's a she.
See, my sister
It's a
can
she.
be. My sister can be a little.
Uh-huh. This one, I think, was just a reading and counting issue where it said the two things being compared in the metaphor. This thing, one word per blank. So when it says the tree's leaves are curled up tiny fists, what was the first noun?
Trees.
I had a lot of people who put trees and then people who put trees leaves. All I wanted was leaves. The second noun was,
Fist.
and I had a lot of people who put tiny
It's
fists.
an adjective.
Then it is.
Fists.
The other issue was the kids who apparently could not spell fists, and they just put F-I-S-T and then left off the S, and a number of kids would come up and show me and go, "This is right!" And I'm like, "It's almost right, except you left off a letter."
Oh,
That made me
man.
sad. Almost as sad as a kid not standing right now, and that would be awful. You're not the kid I was talking about. There's other kids making poor choices and not just
You.
Brian.
Wait.
What?
You're still missing the homework.
Yeah, buddy.
The homework.
The big,
Homework.
the one about the
one
symbols
with
and
the big
metaphors,
picture.
big
Big
picture. That,
Don't worry, Brian.
I was trying to be subtle.
If you feel you can do it tomorrow with me. Very subtle.
Thank you.
With me.
And then on this one, most kids found what the simile was. So what is Brian? Poor Itzel can't learn. She's getting dumb.
I want to do
You have
simile.
to scoot back, Brian.
Hey, I'm smarter than him.
Oh, the simile. Go to the
I
back.
know. That's why I don't want him blocking you. You gotta make
Back
sure
in the
you-
class.
Simile.
So what is the simile?
Kid is a jacket.
That's a metaphor.
Children and kennels.
It says children leap into the air like fluffy white popcorn
I'm the
kernels.
Sigma.
I tried to
Oh
make
my
it tricky
goodness.
by going from one line to the next. That seemed to throw people off.
Yeah.
But then when people did figure it out, what's the first noun?
Children.
Most people got that one. It was the second one that threw people off.
Oh,
Because fluffy is an adjective. White is an adjective. Popcorn is an adjective. Describing what kind of kernels are they? And I knew most kids would just type in, "Is popcorn a noun?" into Google. And Google would say, "Yes, it is." And then kids would go, "Popcorn!" And they would just type it in there. And that was not the right answer.
Pumpkin.
Popcorn, not pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
I'm aware. My daughter showed me that thing over. She's like, "A kid saying pumpkin?" I go, "Uh-huh." And she showed me that weird guy just going,
Pumpkin. Pumpkin. Pumpkin.
Why are there two kids? Why is there
Ah,
an One kernels and one kernels.
I tried to plan ahead for kids spelling it wrong to be nice. I'm aware. So was most people I thought would know that a sister was a girl. I messed that one up too.
Susan is a fool.
I looked that one.
Yeah.
I don't think I
Now, back to poetry. So, it's been like a week since you guys have even thought about it, so there's a good chance some of the knowledge has right out of your head. So we're going to rewind a little bit and try to do a little remindy thing, and then we'll get into today's new stuff. In theory, you should be able to turn the notes down without looking at them, and we'll see how much is in your brain. If you need to look, you can look if need be, but we'll see what we can do. So, what is a stanza again?
Paragraph of the
How do you know when a stanza ends?
When there's a
big gap.
Paragraph in a
Today,
poem.
we're going to start our first big poem together. That's like all of like 6 stanzas. And you're going to have to be able to count and learn to make sure. Then, our poem, last week we had a speaker in our poem. Today we have a speaker, but today is not a mystery. You'll figure out this one pretty quick. But what is a speaker?
narrator.
I'll take both of those. Character talking, who becomes the narrator.
Narrator.
Today's is not a hard speaker, but you just have to make sure you know it's not the poet speaking, because it would get real awkward if it was.
Whoa.
You'll see in a moment.
What do you mean by that?
You'll see in a moment. And then, what is alliteration? Where's the sound?
In the vowel.
Which part of the word is it?
The beginning.
The
one that you're about to tell us.
Sigma skibbity slide down the
The
hill.
reason I'm making sure is if it's at the end of the word, that's a rhyme. So it has to be at the beginning of the word for it to work.
I did a mistake. Can I resubmit it?
That's fine.
I did a mistake.
So that's where, did you have a question, Mason? I wasn't trying to ignore you. Okay. So now we have those parts. So as an example to remind you of the alliteration, because today's poem has a ton of alliteration in it. In this one, we did find alliteration. In theory, if we can remember it. What is it?
She sleeps and she eats breakfast. Yeah.
So that was our example of alliteration. Now I can tell a lot of you guys are excited to talk, so we're going to give you a chance, well, two of you a chance, to get a chance to talk here.
Me.
So we've not had our first volunteers. We're going to practice it first.
Oh my god.
So we'll do it twice together, and then we can take our volunteers in a moment. We'll go from there. So again, to remind you, hand signs as you go through, and then we'll have you do. We'll practice it once with the screen on, and then I'll do it once with the screen off. So we have.
For the simile, likewise, you shall see. But with the metaphor, use them no more. Compared to now, is what you will do.
All right.
I can't do that.
Oh, I got it.
That's
I got it.
I did a little
Open the
bit.
door 5, 6.
Mr. Brovicast. Mr. Brovicast.
Why are you erasing them?
They don't have enough points to write over there.
Only
Wait,
the
what?
way that was.
Wait, what do you, Mr. Brovicast, what do you do? They do right over there.
I erase it. You just saw me do it.
I should give them like a
That's
little punishment. You
I could, I'm not that.
So I don't know if you like talk.
Not volunteering yet. We're going to practice it once more with no screen.
For the simile,
No more.
You will do.
Good enough.
Where are you whispering?
Hmm.
No, you go.
Bouncy part. All right. You seem frighteningly
Mr.
excited.
Brovicast, I cannot go.
I am frightened.
Please.
Tomorrow you can. I'm going to be nice to the kids who had the homework turned in already.
Oh, shit, I turned it in yesterday. I
Bruh.
mean, not yesterday.
I know.
Today.
I know. Yesterday's tomorrow. Okay. Are you ready? For the.
The simile, liker as you shall see, but with metaphor use no more. For the two,
Comparing.
Comparing the two. Now,
Good whisper.
um,
Is what?
is what you shall do.
You have to do
With
this.
confidence. With confidence. Is what you will do.
Is what you will do.
Good job. Being the first kid to go, you got all your points.
Can I please go?
Hey.
I have a question. Can I please go, Mr. Brovicast?
Is it about whether Omar's going next? What's up, Addie?
If I go and I mess up, can I do it another time?
No.
Read it?
Well, we get to do the
No.
under 10 seconds thing.
Eventually, yeah, but it's not there
I
yet.
can't.
A pink piece of paper. Dreams have come true. Thanks. Oh, this kid's here. Okay. You ready, Omar? All right. Don't mess up like Addie will.
For the simile, you shall. For the simile, like or as you shall see, but with metaphor, you shall use them no more. The comparing of two is what you will do.
Can I do? I can do it fast.
Nicely
I can do
done.
it fast, please.
I can't do it. You can't go back.
I want to lose all of my.
Then I didn't. I was giving them points. No, I was ignoring you until tomorrow. You don't have to stand anymore. You get to sit down, I guess. They brought a pass for you.
Huh?
So, good job, Omar.
Can I use it fast? Can I do it fast?
Sure, tomorrow.
I'm not even
tardy.
I don't know.
Please.
Maybe
I have
something.
4 tardies in gym, but I make it on time.
I'm not yelling at you. Mason, what's up? We went through our 2 people. We have to wait till tomorrow now.
Mr. Brovicast, I can do it fast, please.
What, lose points? I know you're doing it really quick. Oh, me. Omar, you already went. It was just you. Okay.
Hold on. I got you.
Okay. Turn. Well, you might already have it. The back side of paper. So the one that you are on. There's now, this is the poem we're going to take a look at. So back side, look for the one that says caterpillar. And then Omar has figured out how questions
What
work.
are you doing?
Can
It's
I?
a dog
Maybe not. Oh, you did?
Yeah. So can I do someone like the last one?
Yeah.
Like the short
You
one?
can teach it to him? Absolutely. I just hadn't had a chance to bring it up yet. What's up, Daniel?
Can I read?
Possibly in just a moment. That one we can probably make happen. So first off, how many stanzas, and you might not want to look up there because that seems to confuse people. Looking at your paper may help. How many stanzas in this poem by Fingers?
6.
Wow, I didn't know Fingers came out of your mouths.
6.
No, sassy. So, with poetry, much like we did the last one, I get to have you guys read. Last time we only had 2 volunteers. Now we get to have 3 times as many volunteers. And if we run out of volunteers, we get to look into your souls to see who wants to read. But those of you who get chosen for stanza 4, 5, and 6, you may not go till tomorrow, because I don't think we're going to get to the whole poem today, because there's a lot. I have a whole bunch of Brovy art that goes with this one, and we get to sort of like enjoy ourselves and stuff like that. But you may need to write your initials next to it as we go through. So apparently, Daniel, rumor is you're really excited and you want to take stanza 1.
Uh-huh.
So write your initials next to stanza 1, so we know you're there. Jaden, stanza 2.
3.
Ooh, well, we have to do a 2 first. Omar, are you a 2? No. I didn't know 2 was so scary.
I'll go 2.
Never. Mason takes 2. He's a brave lad.
Yeah.
So we have Jaden as 3. Omar is 4. All right. We're not there yet. Is that an Addie for 5? Addie's brave for now we're brave for 6. Write your initials next to them so that way I don't have to come back and yell at kids later. So let's make sure.
Bad boy 4.
Stanza 1 is who? Stanza 2 is who? 3.
Me.
4. 5. There you go. 6. Now, looking at it, there are words in here you don't know, but some of you guys have big words. Who stanza 4? So your big words, looking at 4, is melancholy and mausoleum. Who stanza 5? Yours is going to be resurrection. And then flitter flutter's not big, but it seems to mess people up because it says flitter flutter. Who stanza 3? Yours is helter skelter. Again, not super hard, but sometimes people. And who is stanza 2? Yours is the. So some people. Just kidding. Just giving you a hard time. So.
Even in that stanza. Oh no, it is.
Got scared. I was like, wouldn't that be ironic if I picked the stanza that it wasn't even in? So as we go, I won't do the Brovy art quite yet. I'm going to have you guys read it straight through. Here's what I want you to look for. 1, alliteration. There's like 7 alliterations in this poem. There's a ton. 2, who the speaker is, although that's probably not going to be as much of a struggle. 3, and here's the big one, what the heck is going on in this poem? Because this is going to be talking about life and death and having jobs and bugs and plants. And it's going to be, I know, crazy. And so that's my goal is we're going to see how well you can figure it out. Oh, one last thing. This poem is not important. What it is I want to teach you guys how to think. On your quiz on Friday, where you have to read a poem on your own, all I want to do with this is show you guys how to like figure out how a poem works so you can break it down. This poem by itself is just a fun one I found about a caterpillar doing things, but it's more just the thinking that goes into it. So that was my idea.
Resumed the gaps.
Yes, that was taken out of this poem for some reason. That was weird. Stanza 1. Let's begin.
Under this loop of honeysuckle, a creeping colored caterpillar I gnaw. What's that word? Gnaw?
Yeah, you got it. No.
Gnaw the fresh hawthorn spray. I nibble leaf by leaf.
Yay. Away. The last word. Away. That was just,
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that.
2.
Down beneath grow dandelions, daisies, old man's looking glasses. Brooks flap, broken across the lane. I eat and swallow and eat again.
3.
Here come raindrops, helter skelter. I munch and nibble unregarding hawthorns. Leaves are juicy and firm. I'll mind my business. I make good work.
Yay. 4.
When I'm old, tired, melancholy, I'll go to deep green, you see all
Mausoleum. Nailed it.
close my eye here on this lovely spray and die in dream day.
Yay. 5.
Some say worms win resurrection, but white wings feeding flitter flutter, but wings or a sound sleep. Why should I care? Either way, I'll miss my ship.
And 6.
Under this leaf of honeysuckle, a hungry, hairy caterpillar, I crawl on my high and swinging seat, and eat as ought to eat.
Nailed it. I know. Your first thought is that I don't even need to read the poem again or teach anything because you understand it perfectly the whole first time through. But, just entertain me. Let's see what happens as we go through it. I'm going to read through it all once, and then we're going to sort of break it down. So we have Under this loop of honeysuckle, a creeping colored caterpillar, I gnaw the fresh green hawthorn spray. I nibble it leaf by leaf away. Down beneath grow dandelions, daisies, old man's looking glasses. Rooks flap croaking across the lane. I eat and swallow and eat again. Here come raindrops, helter-skelter. I munch and nibble unregarding. Hawthorn leaves are juicy and firm. I'll mind my business. I'm a good worm. When I'm old, tired, melancholy, I'll build a leaf-green mausoleum close by here on this lovely spray and die and dream the ages away. Some say worms win resurrection with white wings beating flitter-flutter, but wings or a sound sleep, why should I care? Either way, I'll miss my share. Under this loop of honeysuckle, a hungry, hairy caterpillar, I crawl on my high and swinging seat and eat, 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 as one ought to eat. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
So, baby steps going through it. One, alliteration in our first stanza. Find it.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I see a creeping colored cow.
With white wings beating flitter.
There you go. That's not the first stanza.
Oh my goodness.
Creeping colored caterpillar. So I just want to make sure we found alliteration. Then one of the first things I'll usually do as we go through a stanza is make sure there's words you understand. Because if you don't know a word, it's kind of hard to understand the whole thing.
Honeysuckle's bush.
It is. So that was one of my first questions. Would be honeysuckle, which is a type of.
Bush.
And
Plants.
so, honeysuckle. Yeah, points. Go for it. So honeysuckle, if you were not aware of them, because I had to look it up, I knew it was a type of thing, but I didn't know what type of thing it was. And there's actually a reason why it's called honeysuckle. And so it had. Do you guys know what the bugles are? Not the thing you play, but the thing you eat.
Oh yeah.
Bugles.
Oh.
And so these things right here look just like what's on the end of this plant. But it turns out, just like how these look like little funnels, these, when bees pollinate them, I'm going to call it goo, whatever's inside the flower, nectar. Inside of the nectar actually tastes like honey. You can pluck these off and you can put them in your mouth and you can actually taste honey in them. If you're a person that likes honey, it's a thing like you can do today as long as it's not polluted in your diet. But that was like a thing that people did. The next one, hawthorn spray. Your first thought might be what's in my white bottle whenever kids get too close to my desk and I have to shoot you with it and you're like, oh no, the hawthorn spray. So, if you were not as smart as Celeste and knew what it was already, you guys know what the phrase context clues?
Yeah.
So, if you did not know what hawthorn spray is, do you know what words in there would help you figure it out?
Thorn and spray.
So, nibble, so what does that tell you it's going to be? So, food of some kind, and even more specifically?
Green.
All right, and what color is it? So, that's what I want you guys to be able to do for the quiz, is that I will say, what's hawthorn spray? What words in the poem will help you figure it out? And so, hawthorn spray is just like this little, looks like a plant leaf coming out. It looks like it, I don't know, I think it's because it's supposed to look like it's spraying off the tree. Again, I didn't name it, so I don't know, but it's called a hawthorn spray. Oh, and then this thing, where it says I and I, that would be our speaker. Is this the speaker?
No, it's the caterpillar.
So, you guys make it sound like it's simple, but last year when I did this, I had kids who were trying to convince me that the I was Robert Graves. And I was like, what's the speaker doing? And they're like, he's eating leaves. And I go, okay. I'm like, do you think Robert Graves was out there eating leaves? And they're like, uh-huh. And I went, that explains a lot. So our speaker, you said, is a
Caterpillar.
Before I get to your question, our caterpillar has one hobby, and his hobby is
Eating.
much like a teenage
bag.
boy. His main hobby is eating. Nom nom. Nom
Being
nom.
a big
I don't
bag.
think it's about a caterpillar getting like sad because when he goes in his cocoon, he's gonna become a moth, not a nice butterfly.
We're gonna find out. Because in stanza 2, we get to introduce dangers into Caterpillar Town.
I think the old man tosses.
So here, we're going to find the dangers, and there's going to be some more words you probably don't know. And see if you can figure out what you think the danger is. Down beneath grow dandelions, daisies, old man's looking glasses. Rooks flap croaking across the lane. I eat and swallow and eat again. That last word. There's a reason I pronounce it as again, and it's not because I'm fancy or British. Wednesday, when I teach you guys rhyme scheme, that's why it's going to show you the fact that you have to pronounce those the same as lane and again. And so that'll be a thing we get to. So it's pronounced again because it has to rhyme with lane. Sort of help you out from that one. Lane and again. So a word I didn't think I had to define and then found out I did is dandelions.
I know the dandelion.
So before you get judgy, let's do this. What is a dandelion?
The thing that yellow flower.
Now, what color is it?
Yellow.
Or white.
So
There's latex in them.
most people understand what a dandelion is.
I blow my
The part that I learned was that not every kid knows this and this are the same thing. I'm aware, and apparently you're aware, but when I would put this up here before, I had kids who were like, "You're full of lies!" And I'm like, "I am, but not this time." Like, that's an actual thing. Tomorrow, we're going to take it up with dandelions. But I figure that's enough for today, without you guys falling over and dying. Tomorrow, we'll get to dandelions.
Bye-bye.
And hopefully, we're going to have